Hello and welcome. We're going to get into another video. Today we will talk about the top teams in the Jungle Cup. I thought this is going to be like a little cup format, but turns out it's actually Great League format, and it's similar to the little cup format. They also banned Universe Stunfisk and the Gligar because those we used to be banned in the Great League 1. And to be honest, it seems that Niantic just copy paste. So those were banned because it was a themed cup format in the Great League. Sorry, in the Little Cup. And now they took it to Great League, and those are actually Great League Pokemons, and they are banned, even though they actually don't do anything to the current meta, because the current meta is so strong. So what is Jungle Cup? Stuff that you would find in the poison, someone would say, but it's actually no, because it's grass, electric, poison, ground, flying, bug, and dark type Pokemon are permitted in this cup. What does that mean? Those above me. So if we take a look, it's Altaria. I mean, Altaria is such a huge beast in this cup. It's insanely strong, followed by Fortress, Credeli, Diggersby, Clodsire, Crustle, Corviknight. That sounds like a great league, but this is where the fun will start. And we have the first fun Pokemon to use, Piloswine. When was the last time you guys used Piloswine? I bet the answer is actually never. So yeah, we have Piloswine, Diggersby, Steelix, Rodriguez, Guzzlord, Altaria, Piloswine, making another debut with its Shadow form. I think it's the only Pokemon that is not something you would see in the Great League format, but it's actually here, and it is the best core breaker in this cup, because how else would you beat Credeli Altaria core? If you think about it, well, number one, Piloswine. How would you beat, I don't know, Ground plus Mandibuzz? Yeah, it's Piloswine. How would you beat... Yeah, it's Piloswine. Like, you just don't even need to think about it. Is there anything else that we need to be aware of? Well, Sharpedo is a Pokemon that was kind of like an RPS Pokemon. Well, it's not RPS. People used to RPS with, those people who were running Diggersby and stuff like that. So it's actually fun to use Pokemon. Charizard is actually viable. Trevenant isn't bad. Scrafty isn't bad, because remember, it destroys Piloswine. And there is Incineroar. The thing about Incineroar is, most of people started to using it in the previous Teamed Cup, and I think it's actually going to be big at the high-end MMR, because Incineroar up a shield can destroy so many things. It has a Snarl, and Lariato from Naruto, I think, the move from Naruto, Dark Lariato, something like that, and then Blast Burn. It's this is what it has, but up a shield it can sweep. So how would a team look like in the Jungle Cup? Well, similar to Great League, Altaria, Credeli, and a Steel type Pokemon that you could fit into this cup. And the main Steel type, you could say, either Scizor or Fortress. And I think this is actually going to be the team I will be using, which is Scizor, Credeli, and Altaria. It's actually a strong Pokemon and a strong team, and I would love to showcase it as soon as I could. Is there anything that could beat this team? Well, we have to wait and see what people will be using. But yeah, the Steel is to destroy Piloswine, and the other one here is to bait out the Piloswine. Another tap version of this team, you could actually use a Steelix. Why would you use a Steelix? Well, it loses to... this team is kind of weak to Piloswine. So this is what I'm talking about when I say Piloswine is actually a huge core breaker into this cup. Well, Steelix is kind of a weird Pokemon to use right now, because people still using Thunderfang, but to be honest, I would rather just use Dragon Tail at this point. It's a recently changed move, and Guzzlord also have that benefit from the Dragon Tail, so you kind of play double dragon-esque type of a team. It's so strong, and it's very, very viable. Now, what team I will be running? I mean, I told you that I would like to run Altaria with Credeli and Scizor, but I was looking in the history, and I found out that I used to play Wiggly, Swinub, and Cubone in the Little Jungle Cup. So I was like, let me just use that team and the Great League, and I think it would sound very fun. Piloswine, Marowak, Wiggly. What does beat this team? Hateheads might say Scizor, but we don't listen to the Hateheads, okay? We never do. So I would like to test this team. Let's hope people just don't use Scizor, to be honest. That would actually screw me. Okay, let's just hope. Sometimes if you can't beat them, just hope that they won't show up, okay? or they are stuck in the traffic, or they don't have internet. Stuff like these, dude. Sometimes you have to pull up one of these weird, never happen win conditions. And the next one, my favorite, I call it my favorite. I don't know why, because it has the 3 Pokemons that I actually do like using, which is Golisopod, Diggersby, and Piloswine. But the thing about this team is just that it's weak to Piloswine, but also the thing about it is that Golisopod destroys Piloswine because it resists Powder Snow and Icicle Spear, and you can almost one-shot it with the Liquidation, right? Also, Diggersby works so fine into Piloswine because you have Fire Punch, which is super effective. People think that ground resists fire. It doesn't, okay? It does not resist fire, but ground is super effective to fire. So that's like the thing you need to be aware of. So Diggersby here works as a way to bait out the Piloswine. And now you would be like, yeah, so what if I baited out an Altaria? How am I supposed to beat it? Do you want me to play the game for you or something? Figure it out yourself. No. Now haters would say like, yeah, so you always say figure it out yourself when you don't have an answer. I think haters sometimes have a good point. Let's be honest. I swear, haters sometimes have a good point. But there is a unique Pokemon that is actually strong in this cup, which is actually Crustle. Crustle with Rock Ricker. Rock Ricker is a decent charge move. It's one of the best in the game. It hits so hard, and Crustle now with the Fury Cutter, the Fury Cutter changes. It's just insane. So it has a chance to do so much damage if they have to Altaria. Like if you have your Crustle into Altaria, they have to respect the Rock Ricker. I think you get it at the same time as a Sky Attack. I don't remember the Sky Attack. Was Sky Attack 50 or 55? I remember they made it 55, but I'm not sure if they brought it back to 50. So it's like not a bad matchup into Altaria, and also Crustle is just so spammy and so strong and doesn't care about everything. Now, as far as Incineroar, so Incineroar needs a hard counter to the fairies, so nothing better to beat the fairies than Credeli, Fortress, or Sizer. So if you have any of those 3, that's your answer to the fairies, and then you have the Incineroar in the back. But still, we're still kind of vulnerable to ground, so that's why I like Mandibuzz with it, but you run Air Slash, you don't run Snarl. Now, looking at some top teams from previous seasons, so people used to run Skarmory, Whiscash, and Swampert in this cup, and now we can just upgrade those into just doing this guy with Clodsire and Swampert, and that's actually a good replacement. Now, some ABB teams, Wiggly Double Ground is actually not bad. Well, technically those are Core Breakers, and Wiggly is like you're trying to just hunt those Altarias, to be honest. And Altaria just doesn't have a great matchup into this team, because this team is just very have good matchups into Altaria. More Core Breakers, something to remind here that Ferret is actually a Pokemon that you can use, so make sure you actually use. And Lantern, you don't run Spark, you run Water Gun. Sizer is still a good Pokemon. If you don't know what to do, just run Sizer, Steelix, Sizer, Double Dragon, Sizer, a Fake Dragon, and a Dragon. And that's pretty much all you need to know. So if you made it this far, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you made it this far, you're supposed to click all the buttons and ring all the bells that you see on the screen. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.